Good evening and welcome to the August 2nd meeting of the Board of Selectmen. If everybody rise with a pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And welcome and thank you for coming. We have no public hearings this evening. Any announcements from the board? Dwayne?
Nothing.
Oh, Mike? Dave?
I have nothing this week.
And I have nothing. Anything from you, Matt? Okay. Additions or deletions to the agenda. We're all set there, right? We do have an appointment. Josh Andrews, we've asked him to come in and talk about the transfer station hours and potential adjustments to fees given things that are going on with all of our disposal options, right?
Yes,
so, Josh, the microphone is yours.
All right, where would you guys like to start?
Let's talk about fees first, right?
All right, we'll start with the fees. So, you guys all have the sheets?
I believe we do, yes.
Okay, so we'll just start right at the top and work our way down to the bottom. Freon units, no proposed change there, as well as porcelain products. TVs up to 29 inches. Current disposal pricing is $5. Suggested disposal pricing, $10. Before we had a bunch of different prices for different sizes TVs. It just got confusing. TVs over 29 inches, current disposal price right now is $25. I think we should just keep that at $25. Console TVs, current disposal pricing $15. Suggested disposal pricing $25. Work our way down here. Miscellaneous electronics, right now we have a minimum charge of $5. We should just keep that right at $5. Yard waste, that's brush and leaf debris, stuff that we grind. Each year we hire a contractor to come in and grind the brush for us. Right now we're charging $6 per yard. Suggested disposal pricing would be $10 a yard. That's kind of just to cover the increase in fuel, and we don't have a price yet. We haven't gone out to bid or anything on that, but that's just kind of to get the ball rolling on it. Asphalt shingles, right now we're paying $99 a ton. Current disposal pricing $50 a yard. Now obviously 9 times out of 10 you're not going to charge somebody $50 a yard. They don't normally. If somebody comes in with shingles, it's not a full pickup load. Right. So, but that gives us the ability to charge up to that amount, keep that at $50 a yard. Mixed demo and sheetrock, we had a little bit of an increase there with our vendor, up to $125 a ton. Right now our current disposal price is $40 a yard, and that's another one where I think we have enough room in there to keep it at $40 a yard. Pressure treated wood and railroad ties, that's $125 a yard, keep that the same. Clean wood, no pressure treated or hardware, $25 a yard, keep that the same. Brush under 6 inches, that's another grinding product. Right now we're charging $6 a yard, we should bump that up to $10. Passenger vehicles, off rim, so that's tires. Right now it's $5 a tire. We are paying $160 a ton if we dispose of them in a big load. I know that at the end of August they're going up $40 on that, but I don't think we should change that at this time. Tires 16 to 20.
Be able to cover the cost. I mean, if
We're
it's going up in August, why not take care of?
Well, we've been sending a lot of them out in our bulky loads to Maine. It's a lot cheaper. We can send up to a certain amount per load, so we're getting rid of a lot of them that way. We haven't had to send out, a big load on a tractor trailer truck in a long time. So I'd rather do it this way for now than find them all over the road.
They'll be on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm. Carpet less than 12 by 12, right now we're charging $10 per yard. Maine has gone up $2 a ton on their tipping fees, so I think we should go up $2 on our suggested disposal pricing, bringing it to 12, and that's, like I said, just for the tonnage increase. And the same with the carpet over 12 by 12, right now we're charging $15, and I think we should bring it up to 17. Couch with the pullouts, $15 right now, $20, and that's just a specialty waste with the tonnage fee. I mean, it's this, no change on that. Mattresses, all, Maine recently raised the rates to $15, up from 10, and I'd rather keep the disposal prices on each individual taxpayer and not have to, disperse it to everybody.
And they're going to
25 January 1st.
January 1st, so
For
is this,
For mattresses?
Yeah, they don't want them. It's a pain,
Well,
for them.
they're the cheapest name in
Cheapest
town
name
right
in
now,
town.
so they get every mattress in southern Maine.
Right. And they don't fit in their burner, so, they have to send guys down to try to wrestle them and fold them up, and they just don't want them.
Sure. Okay.
And I've spoken to some people over there, and right now there is no specialty waste charge for couches, but there may be one coming. Because that's another item where it's a pain for them, they don't want them.
If we're going up on these prices, why not jump it? And the mattresses, jump it now. You're only talking 4 months, 5 months here.
Well, we
You
could do it,
know that it's
you
going
could
up.
do it in
so-
2 steps, right? You could
Right,
say 15.
do the 15 and then the 25, and just,
Because all we're doing is passing it
Passing
on.
Right,
the buck
yeah.
on.
Right.
right, I mean, we're still paying the tipping fee on it.
Right.
So. Miscellaneous bulky items, that's anything from a stool to a, just anything that isn't a couch or a mattress, basically. And like I said, that $5, if somebody comes in with some small item like this, chances are you're not gonna charge them $5,
I hope
'cause
not, yeah.
that's just pushing it, people. So keep that at 5. Non-compacted household waste, so that is for our commercial haulers. We have a few of those right now. They buy a $100 hauler's permit per year, and right now we're charging them $8 a yard. I think we should bring that up to 10. I know if they were gonna haul it straight to Maine or one of those other places, it would cost them more than that, so, and I don't that's another thing where I'd rather cover our costs 100% on that than have to put it out to the taxpayers.
What's a yard weigh?
So depends on basically the material. So if you go by, I have a weight to volume conversion sheet that I use a lot, and it varies from, different materials. So if you go with residential waste uncompacted at curb, they say that 1 cubic yard weighs anywhere from 150 to 300 pounds.
So 10 yards could be upwards of a ton and a half,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
Right now, I can take my van full, actually it's full right now, to Maine, and it'll cost me about $35 to $38 to empty it. If I take it here right now, it's 8 times 3 is 24.
So it's still cheaper to stay in town? Make it,
Plus you don't have to drive all the way to Maine.
yeah.
I mean, you as a hauler, would you think that a $10 charge per yard is unreasonable, reasonable?
I was expecting it, and I'm raising my prices because I've already told the customers that it's going up.
No matter where you dump it, it's going
Yeah.
up.
Whether I go here or I go to Maine, it's going up.
Right.
Yeah, this isn't just us. The markets right now are, fluctuating like crazy, and we gotta try to stay afloat
And
with it.
they're
So.
making like a $20 or $30 jump on
They're making
commercial
$30
haulers,
jump.
right?
Yes. As of yesterday.
Wow.
Ready to continue?
Yep.
All right. Now we're getting down into our e-waste. CFL bulbs, we're currently paying 45 cents a piece. We do not charge, and I don't have an exact number on how many we took in last year on me, but I mean, 45 cents for a bulb, is that something you guys would want to start charging for? No? Okay, that's
Me personally, no.
all right. So, U-bends and fluorescents, that's the same deal. We don't charge for any light bulbs, so as you said, we'll keep that at nothing. Used motor oil, we're currently paying $1.05 a gallon. Right now, this time of year, we're averaging, 500 gallons. We're shipping it out full every month. So, and we don't charge for it. Is that something you guys would want to start charging $1 for, covering some of those costs? I know last year we spoke about, keeping it at no, so, so it's not ending up in the brook, ending up in the road, ending up in people's yards. And that's the same with antifreeze. Right now we're paying $1.14 a gallon. No charge. We're doing about 100 gallons a month.
So if I look at your last year's numbers, where does oil and antifreeze, so we spent less than $3,000 to get rid of oil and antifreeze.
Yep.
3,000.
Yeah. So why
Yeah,
would
this
we?
is just with the, well, that's what I mean. It's not a significant number. It's just, I figured it was worth mentioning. We'll just go ahead and keep that at 0.
I just don't.
So it's not 500 gallons per month, every month?
No, right now, it's the trend we have is, that's what it is, and the prices have increased. So I just, I figured it was worth bringing it up. Okay.
I think we should keep it where it is for now, at
Let's-
0.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at it again. I mean, you
6 months,
you keep
whenever.
a pretty accurate account on antifreeze and oil, right? If it gets to the point where it's $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in 6 months, then we consider it. But the last thing we need for antifreeze is to be just dumped on the side of the road.
Right. Okay.
And you know what will happen with some of them.
Sure. So that's pretty much it for the fees.
Most of this antifreeze and oil must be coming from the garages.
No, we have a pretty large number of just residents.
Really?
Yeah.
On antifreeze?
Yeah, we won't take it from a garage. No. Same with tires. We used to have them in the past, especially on like free dump day, you'd have a local garage come in with a big trailer loaded to the gills with tires, and we won't take them.
How do they dispose of this stuff?
So they send down, we deal with Clean Harbors.
Okay.
Sin Oil, it's a company owned by Clean Harbors. So they have a guy come down with the truck, and he'll pull out his little test kit and he swabs it, and he has a, basically like a pH test. And he checks the contaminants level, and if it's within a certain number, he'll take it. If not, if it's way above, we've only had one load ever come back, too contaminated. He'll take a sample of that back with him to the lab, and then they'll test it, and okay, this is in it, that's in it, we can pull these things out. Then they'll come back and take it at the normal price. If it's too contaminated and they're like, no, we're not touching that, they'll still take it, but it's at a different price.
Have we thought about reaching out to like a business that has a waste oil furnace? that can pick it up?
Foglio's used to take our waste oil. This is going back, several
Right.
years ago. And he was constantly having problems with his furnace, because like there is stuff in there, brake cleaner, water, it was a nightmare, because we thought about it before we put in the propane in the Quonset hut, and it was just,
I
Too
believe
risky.
they've got to have a
You could
license
monitor
to
it.
truck it
Right,
too.
yeah.
It would be one thing.
There's quite a bunch of,
I didn't know if we had just
there's quite a
explored
bunch
that
of rules and regulations on somebody. You
No.
can use your own oil, but you can't use somebody else's in truck.
Okay, as long as we've explored
Yeah.
that as a way to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So that's your proposal.
that's it.
Any feedback from the board?
Not that I have already discussed.
Do we need a public hearing on this, or can we just approve this?
It's not part of the ordinance, so we can set the fees by a vote of the board. I mean, we can certainly make sure that this is published and take a vote in 2 weeks, you know, if anybody's,
I'm just asking,
I mean,
do you want a motion now to approve the
was this in the packet?
changes?
It's in, yes, it's in the packet, and it's gonna be in the next meeting for a public hearing. I thought you wanted both
No,
things.
we don't have to do a public hearing because it's not part of the ordinance, right?
So
but-
just a public
but I-
hearing for the hour change?
Yeah, that would be a public input, right? So,
Not a public hearing, but a public input, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
but we can certainly discuss the fees at that public session. I guess you'd call it a public hearing, right? But there's no, I mean, all we're taking is citizen input, right?
Right.
Jim, how many people in town do what you do that would be affected by this?
To my knowledge, it's only myself and one other person, but
Okay.
Right, yeah, as far as I know, right now we only have 2. And I've been doing a lot of, say a carpenter lives in town and he's doing work and he knows he can only do work, you know, bring stuff from the town of Waterboro. I will give him a haulage permit that way, you know.
Yeah.
Do you want a motion?
Yeah, I would just say, let's accept the thing so that we'll have a, I mean, we'll vote on it next meeting, but
I'll make a motion that we accept the fee rate increases as recommended by the transfer station manager. Effective
what are the
September
dollars?
1st.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Effective September 1st.
Do you want to go September or October one?
October.
Potentially when we do.
For the fees?
Yeah, the nuance, yeah.
Yeah, I would, if we're gonna do it, I would,
What about are we just gonna eat the $5 a piece for the mattresses until September 1st? Or can that just go with the market?
if you tie an effective date to it, then,
I know last year you guys allowed to put, prices may change by manager's discretion on the slip, so.
I'm not really a fan of that. I'd rather just have it out up front, that everybody knows this is the fee and this is when it goes into effect.
Okay.
So,
So I'll amend my motion October 1st.
and I would second that.
okay? Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor? Okay, and we'll air this out next week, just to let everybody know that that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, can we print this? Can we print these out for people and hand them out as you see folks
Yeah,
around town?
we can do that, can't we, Lon?
Okay.
When you
Yeah.
go through.
We can, yeah.
He's just gonna take and put 0 at the bottom, that's correct?
But we're gonna
Yes,
we're gonna
Zero out the,
motor oil
The
and
oil.
antifreeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, let's talk about hours.
All right.
What is your recommendation?
So my recommendation at this time would be to close the transfer station on Sundays. We're open 1 to 5 currently. And after some more thought on this, and maybe we should, instead of doing my initial thought was opening Monday 12 to 7. You know, gives us Monday and Wednesday 12 to 7, 2 late days. But a lot of holidays fall on Mondays, so I think maybe it would be best for us to do Tuesday 12 to 7, Wednesday 12 to 7, Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 5, and that would move the 27 hours of operations to 30. That was kind of my initial thought on it.
So you have a budget
Yes,
that's predicated on 27 hours.
27.
So you're recommending to add a couple to it,
Maybe
right?
3 hours.
Well, 3 hours to it. So, Yeah, because we're open, what, 1 to 5?
1 to 5, and if we
Right.
did a 12 to 7, like
So
we do on Wednesdays.
So have
it
you
would-
done the analysis to find out whether or not you can afford that? Or do you
I have not gotten there yet, Dennis.
Are you ahead on your revenues?
How about taking an hour out of Saturday? Close that at 4 o'clock.
4?
Yeah, I mean, even 3, I mean, people can get there. And you're open 9 to 3. What's the flow of traffic from 3 to 5 on a Saturday?
3 to 5 on a Saturday?
Significant.
It's a good flow. Most people
Yeah.
will go out and do, we get that early, first thing in the morning, people will
Yeah.
come in, do their business so they can get out for the rest of the day and do their stuff, and then you get the other, in the afternoon,
Yeah.
anyway, 3 to 5. Usually Saturdays, 5 o'clock here,
Still booming?
trying to get people out of the gate.
I would further think that you open at noon on Friday, right? Noon to 5 or something like that, or 11 to 5, and make up the difference.
And just keep it at the
That way, right?
27.
Yeah, because if we're gonna take Sunday, you don't wanna chop another.
Right,
How busy are you Friday mornings?
not very busy.
Right. So that would make sense, right? So,
Okay, now, the other thing that's on my mind is if they're gonna have 2 days, anybody that's working will have a 2-day weekend.
Yep.
Sunday and Monday.
Mhm.
Now, on a holiday weekend, a lot of these places that are open like that, if it falls that they got a Monday holiday, they're closed on Tuesday.
yeah, we'll have to sort that out from a perspective, I guess, between you and discussions. I guess you would have to look at how many
Just to give
holidays
these, just to give the workers the same as everybody else, but,
We're meeting them halfway, we're giving them Tuesday morning off.
yeah,
already.
well, yeah, no, but, and that would give you helpers, a 3-day weekend, once in a while, 7,
Yeah, well, I
7
think
weeks
you
out of
guys
the year.
should sort that out, right? From, how many days are we really talking about? And,
I bet you it happens 2 times a year.
yeah, so, well, because Labor Day and Memorial Day would be the 2, right? And then the rest of them are open for, well,
If it lands on the day, but it rotates.
right.
yeah, but 90% of these holidays fall on a Monday now.
Well, yeah, you got,
You get,
Patriots Day, and we've got Juneteenth, and we've got,
President's Day and,
well, the first,
but you don't celebrate it on the
Christmas holiday, I
Go
mean,
through a calendar and figure it out.
Thanksgiving is always a Thursday,
Yeah.
right? So, and Christmas falls on that day, and New Year's falls on that day, and,
So there's 13 federal holidays a year.
right. So,
Figure on that.
3 or 4 of
Three,
those, 4 of those are on specific dates,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So, Josh, you're proposing Sunday, Monday closed, Tuesday 12 to 7, Wednesday 12 to 7, Thursday closed, Friday 9 to 5, Saturday.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna, try to keep it at the 27 and
Yeah,
just
so
rework
Friday
the
would
hours.
be noon.
Friday would be noon to 5, to keep it at 27
Noon to 5?
What?
Okay.
on Friday, yeah. And it still stays within budget at 27 hours.
Devil's Day.
And Saturdays 9 to 5?
No, yes, Saturday's night.
Right.
Yeah.
And that stays at 27 hours, which is within your budget.
Yes.
Budgeted.
I'll sit down and do some numbers out and see what, if there is any wiggle room there.
I say we try it.
This will help not only with getting, vendors in there during the week, more, and future recruitment. And, that's a big issue is,
Tuesdays and Thursdays are already closed, right?
Yes.
So we're not changing that,
No.
the accessibility on those 2 days.
You're actually adding
We're
one.
getting rid of the Sunday.
you're gonna be open basically Tuesday, and
Mhm.
just changing your Friday out,
And,
Yeah. It's not
and
a big-
realistically,
it's not a big change.
And I,
it's not a big change, but if you've got a good employee at the transfer station that might want more cash or more hours, and you're working construction and need a flagger, you'd have
Monday and Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday,
Mornings, yeah.
Wednesday,
You know, Monday,
and
Tuesday.
Thursday mornings that you could use the man if he wanted to flag or if he wanted
The mower.
to do a little raking or mowing, and it would give
it's extra money.
extra cash
The whole point is just to try to
and work
spread,
together.
spread it out throughout the week so we're not being overwhelmed, you know, on the weekends, you're kind of sitting duck, you know, so.
Well, Sundays is we're sitting ducks because we don't haul anything,
Correct,
right, on
it's just sitting there.
Sundays.
The movie can't.
So,
Yeah, you can't.
The biggest thing with taking guys from a different department that we've seen is where do we take the money from for
Overtime.
salaries?
Yeah,
well, if it's transfer station, comes out of here. If it's
Right.
public works, comes out of
That's
here.
when they hit the overtime line.
Right, right.
I would,
And we don't know what our overtime's gonna be in the winter. I mean,
Well, that's a wild card, right?
Well,
I mean,
it is.
and I mean, it's something that we can work on in the future.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, it's,
and by state law, we can, if we have to overrun winter roads, we overrun winter roads, right?
Yeah.
So,
I like that Sunday's gone. I think they deserve a weekend day. I always thought it was very kind of selfish to think that people should be at a transfer station for Saturday and Sunday. Give me one day.
I think you'll see some better applicants.
that's good. So I
Probably
think
gonna
that
help with
it
recruitment
may
More,
bring
more
us-
feeling for 2 days off.
Yeah,
so who's, you want to make a motion that we move forward with this, and then we'll have a public hearing or a
So-
public information meeting in 2 weeks, just to go over this?
Make a motion that we do Tuesday 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Well, starting with Monday off, closed. Tuesday 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thursday closed. Friday it's going to be 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And Saturday's going to be 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Mm-mm.
5.
5 p.m.
Stay alive.
you know, move.
Okay.
All right, somebody second it?
Seconded.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? All right, then we'll move on with, then we'll have a, kind of a public hearing on, at the next meeting, only for information purposes and to get any feedback.
And this would go into effect on October 1st.
October.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you get your answer today? Dwellings?
Yes,
Okay,
I did.
so how many?
Let me find the right sheet here. So what they had was 4,284 residential properties, and the total number of parcels being 4,821.
So year-round residents of homes, 1,200 and almost 1,300, right?
Gotta be more than that, Dennis. You get that up Narrowhead.
Yeah, it's gotta be more than that,
Yeah,
right? So,
so that number is suspicious.
and I've been working on the, you know, the sticker deal, and so fiscal year 21-22, we brought in $23,813 on sticker sales.
So that's divided by 10, $20 a sticker, it's 2,300 stickers, right?
So- We upped it, our efforts a lot this year. And to date, we've done, and this is, you know, just for the month of July, because we didn't start selling them until July 1, we've brought in $22,548. So almost all, you know, we're right there with what we brought in last year.
Are people allowed to dump without a sticker?
So the hard part about you can't stand out at the gate and stop traffic and deny people to come in. They're gonna run you over. You know, I mean, we do the best we can. We flag people down. Hey, you know, excuse me, you don't have a sticker. Would you please purchase a new sticker? Oh, well, you know, I just have 2 bags of household trash. I don't have money on me. Can I get one next time? 9 times out of 10, we're going to say yes. You know, there's no confrontation. You know, that's the best way to go about it. But as far as, you know, standing out there and...
So it's not like you're deliberately allowing people to dump those?
No, yeah. We're flagging people actively, you know.
They're actually flagging them because they told me to go get a sticker the other day.
I don't think he ever did.
Oh, that one from 2012?
Yeah.
Kind of anymore?
2011.
That's for a friend.
I thought you had to do it every 10 years. But
Every 10 years, yeah.
No, that was the proposal for inspection sticker.
oh, okay. I need one of them too.
I have another little statistic if you guys want to hear it before I go.
Yeah.
All right, so looking at the 21-22 fiscal year revenues, we brought in $157,838.47. Our total contractual service expenditures was $325,111.94. If you subtract the $185,039.94 that we paid to Maine for the municipal solid waste tipping fee, we covered our total contractual service costs as well as our vehicle fuel costs for the fiscal year.
Already?
Well, this is going off of 21-22, yes.
Oh. So you're self-sustained?
In that, as far as contractual services where we self-sustain, a big part of that was our metal recycling. You know, the markets last year were awesome.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
year,
this year.
not so much. They've really tanked.
Yep.
You know, but we're going to continue to do the best that we
Gone
can.
from $180 a ton to $30.
Right.
Wow.
In some cases, we were getting up to 400 a ton prepared, and now it's, you know, it costs you more to drive it there than what you're getting for it. So we're just going to sit on it and hope that the markets go back up.
Right.
New compactor in yet?
The compactor was scheduled to go in August 8th. That was the second time we set it back. They're working on a big project in Montpelier, Vermont for waste management. They reached out to me and said, hey, we're a little behind schedule. We will leave this job to come do this one. And I said, you know what? Just finish the job and, you know, get here after that.
So the last thing you want them to do is to
Right,
start.
yeah.
And then say,
So,
oh, we gotta run them on.
Right now, we're penciled in for August 16th. And I'm scheduling going to try to get a contractor in there to grind this August. So
So how long will it take once they get there? roughly?
they
Do you
told
have an
me
idea?
that if they come in on a Monday, they're planning on having everything done, you know, everything cut out Monday, having the new compactor set in place Tuesday, and by Wednesday, they'll be down back, setting up all the you know, getting the guts to the machine all set up and ready to go. So
Now,
3 to
That's
4
something-
days if everything goes right, yep.
you get some concrete barriers up there. You're gonna use the other compactor while this is going
Yep,
on.
yep, I'm gonna use
Set
that.
them concrete barriers up so that nobody can get anywhere near them, and you
Right.
got a
Yep.
work area where nobody's bothering them, and nobody's going over to see what they're doing.
Should we use concrete or should we just get some, you know, plastic
I don't
jersey
care.
barriers over there? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm afraid someone will hit
whatever,
them.
whatever works, but just
Right.
block it off so that people can't.
Safety.
The station should be closed
Hmm.
while they're there,
Do
right?
we have,
Monday and Tuesday,
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday.
Wednesday. I mean,
Yeah.
we either,
Wednesday, they got till noontime.
Yeah,
As long as we do it
Right.
before October
Yeah.
1st.
Jason, do we have Jersey barriers, concrete or plastic?
We have some concrete ones.
Okay, so I mean, they're
We do have some plastic.
few plastic, we can figure it out.
We got
He's got a good
plenty,
idea to
plenty of
block it off,
stuff
for
to
sure.
Yeah.
cone them off.
Yeah, we don't need anybody
They're all
falling into a
transparent.
hole.
Right, yeah, we don't need that.
well, I just don't want somebody over there looking and fall into the hole either, but.
Okay,
Thank
anything
you.
else, Jeff?
And one other thing, there are a couple structures down there that we're gonna have to look at next year, I think, right?
So we put money,
They're like, they're almost like lean-tos instead of,
oh, yeah, yeah. So we budgeted 30,000 for one of them for this year. That was kind of next on my list, you know, get one project done, move on to another, so we're not too hectic.
Is that the one that's over
The one that the
burnable
Jersey barriers
furniture?
are,
Yeah.
yeah, holding up. So, yeah.
All right, thank you, Josh. Jason. All right, let's move on to public comments. Yes, sir.
So, going forward on transfer stickers, it would seem to me it would be prudent to include the price per household for one vehicle with their taxes and have that paid. Because what happens is people get really nasty standing in line, waiting 25 cars for us to go through, writing their tag numbers, which have no meaning to us whatsoever, and putting stickers on their vehicles. So I know in a town that I have a camp in, I get a tax bill and I get a $10 charge for the dump. And I have to pay that, and the sticker is in there. If I don't, they come after me at some point. And it just seems like it would be a prudent idea. It would save people stopping, staying in line, coming to here to get a sticker. It just makes a lot of sense.
So how do they control who gets, do you send a tax bill to a vacant lot and you include a dump sticker with
Whatever person has a valid place in town that they're being taxed on, they send a sticker. And they charge $10 extra in their taxes.
So if I had a place, we'll say I got 3 residents, am I gonna get 3 stickers? And,
Hopefully some common sense will come into play there.
well, I mean, it's gonna take a lot of work to
Could you
do
do it that way
that.
for, say, the first 2 or the first 1, and then say if you want any additional stickers, that's then you can go to.
Like we do now.
Well,
Yeah.
We just need to, we'll have to check with the company that sends out the tax bills, right?
But,
Can they add that something? Can they
he
add
just
that?
said 2,300 stickers, and you got 4,200 residents. But how many people have got this fella picking how many accounts have you got? 100?
200.
Okay, so there's 200 residents right there.
Another
that-
is about 90.
Yeah,
Another one.
and Mullins is picking up door to door, so he's got 10 or 12 accounts right there on Fox Bridge Road that he picks up Wednesday mornings or Wednesday afternoons. Wednesday he's over in Arrowhead, so he's picking up quite a bunch of our trash, and I think he's hauling that right to Portland, ain't he?
He has to.
He has to.
Yeah.
But that doesn't go under our,
No, but what I'm saying is, if you sent that sticker out, that sticker like that could be used out of town. You'd have somebody out there selling those stickers. No, but you'd have them selling the stickers, so, I don't know, you'd have to work hard to convince me on sending them out with a tax bill.
Well, let's at least look at the company that we hire to send out tax bills. Is that something that they could work on?
Put in the sticker.
It just seems like if you take the labor related, you do the math, if you do all the math and look at all the numbers that, what it costs us to produce it, for us to enforce it, for us to sell it, and then have the town gallons here sell it as well, that's a lot of time. That's more than enough. So you get the guys that haul the trash. That's not our concern. That's their concern. If the person has a tax bill, this is what it is. It's $10. That's not a big fee for what we do for them.
Let's take at least a look at how, does that make logical sense that we could send something out and then charge them another $10 on their tax bill? And how would you sort that out?
It's definitely worth a discussion.
Right. So,
You don't take everything from people's houses though.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to get rid of.
I do have some customers that have both the dump sticker and the paving.
Yeah.
Usually,
You do
they're
cyber,
items that
right?
come back on Saturday or Sunday and pick it up.
You do residential,
Yeah.
trash pickup, and then you'll do special calls,
Okay.
which we don't have a problem with. You know, honestly, it makes it easier to have one guy come in with 300 people's trash.
Sure,
than have
then 300 people going through the gate. Yep.
I brought in just under $11,000 to the town last year, according to my records. And this year's gonna be even more because I have more customers.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, any other comments? All right, we'll move on. Correspondence, we've got the treasurer's reports. There is a note here and a thank you invitation to Southern Maine Veterans Memorial Cemetery Association. On September 24th at 11 a.m., they will be having a POW MIA memorial to be dedicated at the cemetery. Cordially invite you to attend, or anybody else that would like to attend. So if you're interested in attending that, it's at Southern Maine Veterans Memorial Cemetery, which is Stanley Road over in Springvale.
Yep.
So on September 24th at 11 a.m. A lot of traffic back and forth on the illustrious Facebook on LD 290. So we have now information, and it's called the Property Tax Stabilization Program. And if you go to the Maine Revenue Services, and we'll put a link up, I'm sure that David can put that on our website, there is an application, and you have to file that by December 1st, 2022, and it will affect your taxes as of April 1st, or your valuation as of April 1st, 2023. So the first time you would see a flat or a fixed tax bill would be next August or September or whenever we mail them out. Couple of...
Two things, the form is up.
Yep, okay.
And the tax goes back to the previous April.
Right.
last year.
Right. So whatever your valuation was as of April 1st of this year is you will see that in your tax bill come in the next month, right? That will be what it will be fixed at if you apply and if you qualify. You have to be 65 years old, and you have to have claimed homestead exemption for the last 10 years. Okay? Those are the only requirements. Pardon?
You have to have a claim, you have to have a, where I read it was, you have to have your Homesteads Act, but you have to be a resident of Maine for 10 years.
Well, you have to,
But you don't have to.
you can't qualify for the homestead exemption unless you are a resident, because it has to be your primary residence, right?
Right, yes,
So
that's correct.
it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
You have to show that you're, number one, that you're spending 6 months in a day here, right? And because you gotta, the only way you can qualify for homestead exemption is to do that. But you have to have 10 years of homestead exemption, and you have to be 65 years old, right? And you have to apply every year based on what this is. Supposedly the state is reimbursing us 100%.
Checks in the mail.
That is for this, well, at least until the next legislature comes in, and then they're gonna create a budget to do whatever they gotta do.
But
So,
they've got just about half money enough to do it.
right, so,
But
in the Constitution of the state of Maine says that if they exempt something, that they have to pay us 50%. Now, the way that this law was written, it's 100%, but one will, and believe me, there's 150 different opinions that have been published in the Press Herald and the Maine Wire and everywhere else about who ultimately absorbs the hit to this. So, anyway.
That's a December 31st deadline for application.
This says a dead,
December
on
1st.
the Maine Revenue Services, it says the filing deadline is December 1st.
Oh, December 1st now.
Right.
Okay. I
And
know
they're
it's
still,
December.
they're still playing with different things that they've got going on. So, anyway. So, if you are interested, you can Google Maine LD 290, and you'll get all the information that you need. Okay, Selectmen's reports. Dave, you got anything?
Just a question to Matt, and I'm not sure if it's in your report this week, but can you follow up from the speed limit issues on Route 5?
I got that way.
That is, okay, thank you.
Yep.
Didn't know.
Mike?
No.
I'm all set.
Okay. And mine as well, so Matt, you're up.
All right, a few things. I know one of you had mentioned before about the ballot counter. Marina did reach out, just so you're aware. For one ballot counter for the November election is $1,365. For two of them, it's going to be, for the season, for both elections, it would be $2,730. So it's not cheap for
To
those.
rent for a
To
day.
rent it. So it's not cheap.
That's cheaper than counting ballots at midnight.
So that's, if we want one, we need to lock it in, but I want to at least let you guys know. Work continues with Alyssa Tibbetts, the attorney, Shirley, Angela, Lee J, and others, gathering documents and information for this for the TIF district. If all goes well, we need to be planning for a public hearing as soon as possible if we get the information done. In order for that to be approved, it would have to be voted on in November, to be reviewed in March by the state. So stay tuned for that. We have some of the color maps over there from the original we got from Lee J. To answer your question on the traffic on Route 5 by the campground, we've had a conversation with the regional traffic engineer from MDOT. A few of the takeaways from that meeting, phone call was, one, he's not planning to come to a meeting here necessarily at this point. Two, the speed study would most likely not occur until they complete a lot of other projects, and it probably would not be for at least a year for them to even start on the speed study. Based on what he observes today, he would probably not even propose any changes to the speed from what he sees today. And they would like to see a list of things from us to move forward, including what our engineering plans are to make improvements.
State highway. Boy, we're gonna make
So
improvements.
we would have to be, we are responsible for those improvements if we have problems, for example, because of the campground permitting with the road there. So we'd have to show a plan of what aligns with the state's desire for allowable uses to make for narrow roadways, sidewalks, some signage.
We've already got,
This,
who put the yellow flashing signs up? Did we do that?
They did.
That's the
The
campground.
state did that.
The state, but the
Those are
campground.
days,
laws,
yeah.
campgrounds put them out.
Dave owns
For
them.
the pedestrians, the campground.
They want to see enforcement plans and history of enforcement.
Whether it's legal or not, it's another question. It's there.
We will be meeting with him on August 9th at 10 o'clock on site.
Sounds like it's there.
The engineer's coming down August 9th at 10.
Yep.
Perfect.
August 9th at 10. What day of the week is that?
Tuesday, next week.
Next Tuesday.
Can I go to that?
So, August 9th at 10 a.m.
You there to walk Route
No, can
5?
we go? I have property right on it. I've been hit have been hit by a vehicle on Route 5 with a blow motor on my back.
I was rather discouraged by the conversation with them, and there's a lot of groups.
The big thing with this is if they do a study and come out with a recommendation, it may go from 35 to 40. Very well could.
So we ought to have in our back pocket, right, what it would cost the town to hire some engineering firm to do a traffic study. Now, whether or not the state would recognize that or not, but we ought to at least know what that cost is.
Well, we could do a road, we could use our own stuff to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we can do the counters, but, you know, we're not gonna, I mean, if you hire,
He's talking an engineering firm
Right.
to do a whole traffic study and
You don't have room enough for sidewalks, yeah?
no,
You can't put them in anyway. You can't touch that area in front of the campground. We've been down that road before. The problem is that that's considered an archaeology site from.
yeah, well, let me tell you a little history of the archaeology, okay?
I worked it, so.
When I was a kid, that causeway was a heck of a lot bigger than it is today,
You're absolutely
okay?
correct.
Because it continues to wash away,
Right.
right? So I go back to, okay, when we did the first tax flyover here, back in the late 60s, let's take what was the causeway width then and put it back to the where it was.
You have to widen the road up above.
there's 6 feet of Osprey Lake that is not there anymore.
Well, that's because the water level in the lake is too high.
Well, that's
That's
debatable.
very apparent on my property.
It's
Don't-
probably because you bought a
When you put your
100
dog,
horse motor instead of a 50 horse.
no,
and put it
when
on
you
the
put,
lake.
when you put your docks in, when you put your docks in on posts, ask somebody who lives in the lake, when you put your docks in on posts and you come out and your boards are floating after a rainstorm, you got a problem. The lake should be able to absorb a 1-inch rainstorm, and it cannot, because the water level in the lake is
The
too
water
high.
level is exactly the same
Good say.
as it
not.
has been since
It
1968.
is not.
The
People that live on
dam,
that lake will tell you it's
the
not.
dam at that, it is set at that elevation, and it's the same elevation that was done in 1968 when the first original dam went in.
The people that live on the lake will tell you that it is not.
There's erosion,
So,
certainly, but
Well,
Anyway.
anyway, what I was saying was that when we went down there back in, I don't know, early 70s we had the task to put punch bowls in to save the sand from going in there.
Do
We
it
bought
again.
one on either side, and we had an archaeological dig, and the Indians came down, and, oh God, it was every bit of sand we took out had to go through a screen.
all right. Let's let Matt finish his report.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where was I here? We got 50 horsepower motors on the lake that you shouldn't have down there.
There you go.
Anyhow, so we had customer service interviews and HR finance position interviews last week. We're in the process of having more discussions. We have another one tomorrow. Hopefully we have another good candidate tomorrow. We'll be able to evaluate everybody. Jason and I have met with Southern Maine Irrigation at Friendship Park. If we're going to make any improvements, we need to schedule this ASAP for us to accomplish this fall. Based on the assessments and the plans, we're looking at about $18,000 to resurface the outfield, infield, install irrigation, loam, and the cost may be a little bit less if we can get a good deal on seed and fertilizer. Right now, Jason secured $4,000 from the Little League, and we have $3,650 remaining from the park donations that can be used. That leaves us with $10,350 that we need to cover. Speaking with Jason and Todd, they'll work with logistics between both Rex and grounds maintenance to take care of that cost, if you guys are okay with that. We've also heard back from the Army Corps of Engineers. They would prefer us to follow the Stream Smart road crossing guidelines. However, since this road has been in Waterboro before 1977, under 33 CFR section 333, and also Maine DEP's 480Q rule of permit by rule, we can replace that culvert under maintenance as long as we stay within the same footprint and guidelines of what we have on Jellison Road. So we would like to, we had money budgeted last year that we carry forward for the project. We would like to move forward with that. We would like to work with a local company to install this culvert because we have a very small window at this point. If the board is okay with waiving the formal bid process. What do we got?
I'll make that a motion that we waive that so that we can get this job done. It's gonna take a month and a half to get the specs and the bids and we can just up and do this in the next 2 to 3 weeks before the rains come. And this is the driest that we've had since the 40s, and now is the time to put this in. So, and if they can get it done with some local contractors, I would recommend that the board waive that at this point on this particular job.
Is it gonna cost more than what's budgeted?
No,
No, probably less.
probably,
If we put it out
If
to
you go out
bid,
to bid, it's gonna be,
yeah.
A lot more.
So who's gonna do it?
We've had initial conversations with folk.
follow those, I'm talking with Debbie Junior.
but if they've got 2 or 3 excavators, we can have this done in about 36 hours.
Or less.
Done, you know, or less,
Yeah.
with the equipment that we've got here in town and the material.
They could probably have that done, I mean, not paving, but they
No,
could probably have the culvert in a day.
In, that's why I'm saying 36 hours, but 24,
Yeah.
hopefully, when they start by dark, they can drive over it.
So is
Going
that,
the other way, it's gonna be about a 3-week window to do it, and,
so does that violate a process that we have for bids? Are we bypassing the bid process?
yes.
We have a bid process.
Okay.
But we have the opportunity to waive that bid process in this instance.
And that's written somewhere in a policy.
Yeah.
I
So you
believe that
can
is, yeah.
bypass a bid process. I'm not saying no, I don't want to get caught violating a process.
No.
Or putting a vote that
The
violates a
selectmen
process.
have the right to,
I would assume it's in an emergency situation.
We're gonna save money,
Yeah.
save money too.
If you saw the underneath of this culvert, you
probably do it tomorrow morning. Somebody's gonna get hurt down there.
Should have been done last year, right?
Well, and we got hung up because of the new stream crossing guidelines say that it should be, 1.2 feet bank width
full width.
times the bank width, which is a 14-foot box culvert. The estimates last year, we were looking at it, they wanted to charge us close to $600,000.
So now I have the culvert
And we, so,
already.
Culvert was bought 3 years ago.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Had given it the,
I've been, going on 5, so.
So here's the words out of the policy, okay? The Board of Selectmen recognizes that certain goods and services, legal, plumbing, electrical, surveying, engineering, and others, will continue to be provided by certain contractors each year, that no annual bidding, blah, blah. However, this assumes a good customer service and competitive pricing is provided by such contractors. The Board of Selectmen may direct the town administrator to go out to bid for any goods and services if concerns arise with that vendor. So I believe that within that, we have the right to forego the bidding process.
That's not how I read it, but if you have a problem with a vendor, then you could go out to a bidding process.
No,
if you haven't,
but the preamble of that is that we recognize that we don't go out for bid in certain instances.
are there other construction companies here in town that could do the work?
Yes.
So there's an issue.
the issue is we probably won't get it done this year.
yeah. We're against the wall to get this done, and this is the driest. that we've ever been down there in my lifespan.
So we need to vote to do
And
this.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do. We can always look at it from a legal perspective to say if, you know, are we violating our own policy by doing that?
I don't believe we are.
I mean, it's anything over $25,000, it says that we have to go out with a written bid specification. And exemptions from competitive bidding fall into what I just read you. So, what's your pleasure here? I don't,
My motion is to skip the bidding process and allow the town administrator and the public works director to hire and get the Jellison Road culvert in place immediately, or ASAP.
you have a second?
I can't second that by skipping the bid process.
Okay. That
If
settles
somebody
that.
gets killed down there, I didn't get invited.
I understand.
We have a policy.
Okay.
We've got a policy that can be overridden.
When you read it to me, it's if we're
Well-
dissatisfied with the vendor. We don't even have a vendor to work with right now, because we haven't gone to bid. So if you go to bid, and you're dissatisfied with the vendors that has won the bid,
That's where I'm at.
then the town administrator can go to the next person in that's on the list for doing the work. For as far as I'm concerned, you just can't go out and say, yeah, you got this job. That's an image thing that in this town is not right. And I appreciate everybody that's gonna do the work, but it's not fair to the other guy in town who can do the work.
Or anywhere, it doesn't need to be in
Or anywhere.
town. Yeah,
Like, did we go to bid for the paving out here?
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
We did.
We had prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two different contractors. One.
Okay.
Yes. I just, if there's
So
a,
How
let's,
long does the bid process need to remain open?
Well, it's just getting the bid specs typed up and getting this out the specs. You
But
know,
how long does it have to be,
well, it'll be
In
several
order
weeks.
to go to bid, you gotta have some type of specs.
so we get, right?
what policy says, it shall be a written specifications
Mhm.
of what we're bidding, so.
And
Okay,
by working under the direction of the public works, he's gonna get the job done to his specifications, because they aren't gonna finish till he says it's done. Whereas the bid, the town ain't gonna be involved. Somebody else is gonna do it, and we're not gonna use our materials, or if we do use our materials, we aren't gonna use our backhoe, we aren't gonna use our excavator, we're not gonna use our wheeler.
Well, I just think
So
it's a
we're gonna
discredit
get
to
this
the
job
bid
done.
process.
Probably a third less money.
But at the end of the day, we put ourselves in this position by not getting it done last year. That's-
Well, we couldn't do it last year.
Couldn't do it last year because it was so, the water table was so high that, you know, you couldn't do it.
Right.
And we had a public works director that didn't know what he needed to do, and I'm not going there.
No, I just think it's a discredit to the bid process, that's
all right,
what I'm thinking.
there you go. What's next? Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. All right, let's move on. New business, discuss vote on a renewal of the liquor license for the Asian Taste Restaurant. And it appears that everything is in order.
one issue over there. Okay. Only one call of interest.
Yeah, and that
We either
was,
showed up drunk or was
yeah,
overserved.
so that was the only comment out of the contract deputies.
And I can attest to that he showed up that way and he was given a one-way ticket away because that was my call. He was not overserved.
So what's your pleasure?
Make a motion, we approve the liquor license for Asian Taste.
Second?
New Asian Taste Restaurant.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Vote on resolutions for lease purchase of SCBA, SCBA, and the tractor/implements for the Department of Public Works. I think we have legal
Yeah, she just
comments that said we need, the board has to endorse this.
have a resolution.
The vote on the resolution. So the resolution is in your packet. And I believe we should be all set. So what is your pleasure there?
Everything's in budget.
Everything's in budget.
Make a motion to authorize the lease purchase of the equipment as written.
It's just to
Numbers 1 through
approve
8.
the resolution.
Yep.
Okay?
I would assume we're purchasing the tractor stuff, not leasing it.
So, yes, it's purchase.
Okay, and it's, SCBA's are leased.
Nope, they're purchase.
They're purchased, okay, all right.
They call them lease purchases, but it's
Yeah,
Okay,
purchase.
all right.
All right? So it's been moved, seconded.
Yep.
All those in favor? Thank you. Motion carries. Anything else? Old business? Discuss vote to approve the minutes of July 19th meeting.
Make a motion to accept the minutes,
Okay.
July 19th.
Second?
Sure, second.
All those in favor? Opposed? All right, so the pending decisions, we do have November referendum questions. We are going to ask the charter, or whether the folks want a charter commission. We will have to sort this TIF district out, right? And it will have to be voted on in November.
Correct.
What was the other thing that we're contemplating? Oh, the election of selectmen, yep. So those ultimately will be the 3 items.
Do we need to make a motion on
No.
any one of them?
Well, we gotta wait on the TIF district. The other ones we've already approved.
Yeah.
For the election and the charter petition. So, week's action list, we're all set there. Agenda items.
How about, you wanna vote on hiring that ballot box, or you wanna put that out till after November?
Yep, so why don't we put that on the agenda?
Yeah.
Approval of
Ballot machine.
ballot machine leases, right? Anything else?
I don't know why we can't do it tonight.
No, it wasn't on the agenda for tonight, so let's put it on the next week. If we're not time sensitive, right?
Somebody might not want us to use them.
Every time we put it off, it's another chance that we ain't gonna get it.
Yep, well,
Till we're 2 weeks out, we're now a month out. We just keep dragging our feet. But I guess that's the way the board wants to run.
okay. Items needing signatures, renewal of the liquor license for the New Asian Taste, and the resolutions for the lease purchase of the SCBA and the tractor implements. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you and good night.